In this video, I want to talk about binary classification. The word binary here is representing a 2, and the word classification here represents a task that involves separating the classes. Since we are performing binary classification, this means our classification task is going to involve distinguishing between two classes. But I really want to dig deep down in the word class. So just in case to make things more clear, class means, or the word class is a set of entities having similar characteristics. Let's say we have cats and we have dogs. Now the cats have some characteristics that are different from dogs, and dogs have some characteristics that are different from cats. Based upon these characteristics, we can always identify or distinguish between cats and dogs. So in binary classification, you're going to be distinguishing between two classes. Let me give you another example. Let's say you have a set of pictures. Now you know that the cats have characteristics that are different from dogs. Dogs have characteristics that are different from horses and cats, and horses have characteristics that are different from dogs and cats. If I ask you to do binary classification, that's it. If I don't say anything, I just say, okay, just do binary classification. That won't be much of an information for you to help in performing binary classification. But if I say, I want you to separate cats from non-cats, or if I ask you to distinguish between dogs and non-dogs, if I ask you to distinguish between horses and non-horses, now this information is much helpful than the previous one where I was just saying, okay, perform binary classification using these three classes. Now you have more information where I have been specific in my statement. I said, okay, perform binary classification where one class is going to be cats and the other is non-cat. When we hear the word binary classification, we think about, okay, we will have two classes and have to distinguish between two classes. Okay, no, that's not the case. We can have thousands of classes, but the only thing is that we have to distinguish between one class of characteristics and the other class of characteristics. We have to separate one class of characteristics from the other class of characteristics. That's the main point you should have in mind.